Hello everyone, today we are going to have the training for ZW3D wireframe design. This training is divided into 6 parts. In the first part, we will tell you what wireframe design is. And next, we will introduce the basic drawing, curve drawing and curve information in Quire tools. After the overview of all the wireframe module, we will show you some examples that wireframe applied with freeform design. And finally, we will show you some real wireframe design cases. Let's move the first part and tell you what wireframe design is. Similar as sketch, wireframe is consisting of point, line, circle, arc, curve and so on. But the difference is, the sketch is arranged in the 2D space whereas wireframe is in the 3-dimensional space. Some may ask, why using wireframe design in the 3D modeling? The wireframe function is widely used in the freeform design because before we create the surface, we should draw the 3D space curves in advance as the framework, or base on the existing curves to create the expected space curves by transformation. And by using wireframe design, we can express the curves in the 3D space which sketch cannot do. Here is wireframe module in ZW3D. As you can see from the wireframe ribbon, it includes drawing and curve tools, curve and basic editing tools as well as the curve info and datum tools. I will introduce the most commonly used functions in the following slides. Now, let's check the basic drawing tools in ZW3D wireframe. Different from 2D sketch, wireframe is 3D space, which means it has z-axis value. Besides from 3D space curves, ZW3D wireframe can also create the 2D curves which is similar as 2D sketch. However, it cannot be constrained. Now, let's move the ZW3D to show you an example of how to draw a space circle by using wireframe. Here is the ZW3D wireframe module. As you can see on the top side ribbon, we can use the drawing tools such as point, line, circle, etc. to create the 2D or 3D curves quickly. Now, let's draw a space circle by using the wireframe circle tools. First, let's select the circle type and define the center of it. As you can see, this wireframe circle has 3 coordinates. Other than 2D sketch, it has the z-axis value. Then, set the radius for this circle. Moreover, in the wireframe drawing, you could set the align plane for the drawing. For this case, you could make this circle align with the inclined surface. Okay, let's move back to the slides. In the third part, we will check the functions in the curve drawing. This page shows the most commonly used curves drawing command in ZW3D wireframe module. This first type is the curves generation command, which can be found on the second column from left of the curve menu. In the following slides, I will introduce project to face, blend on face, wrap to face, silhouette curves, combined projection and extract centerlines. Moreover, this tutorial will also introduce the blend, spiral helix, planar section, and curve list of curve drawing functions. The first one I will introduce is project to face. This function is used to project curves or a sketch onto faces and/or datum planes. By default, the curve is projected normal to the faces or planes. Use the direction option to select a different project direction. On the bottom left is an example of projection. The left picture shows the default setting which is normal to the selected face. The right pictures show the result with the z-axis direction. Besides, you can also choose to limit the projected curve to the face's trim boundaries. If more than one curve is created, they become a single feature. Moreover, if you select the bidirectional projection, it will project the curves in both the positive and the negative directions relative to the direction of projection. On the bottom right is the comparison between check and uncheck bidirectional projection option. This page is the introduction of blend on face function. By using this function, you could create a smooth bridge curve on a face. Refer to the bottom left image of this slide. Moreover, we can also set start and end tangents, which using the minimum face ISO path between the 2 points. Then, set a path point to locate the plane of intersection along which the curves will be located. Refer to example on the bottom right. Let's show you the basic example of using Blend on Face command in ZW3D. First, we select two faces and the start endpoints. In this case, to make the blend curve tangent to the two curves on different faces, we define the start and end tangent direction. And then we define the path points and select the face of which the curve should locate it at. Now, we get the result of blend curves by following the previous setting. Let's continue. This part, I will introduce another useful function, wrap to face. By using this function, we could wrap sketch curves onto a part face. This command is perfect for placing logo on a part with maintaining its aspect ratio, regardless of the contour of the part. This command also is sometimes used for placing a decal or label on part. It also allows a functional curve that specifies rise and dwell in terms of angle to be wrapped onto revolved surfaces such as cylinders. For example, a thread pattern could be wrapped onto a tire. For revolved surfaces, the sketch can be interpreted as a height/angle curve. For all other surfaces, the XY coordinates of the sketch can be interpreted as UV coordinates on the face. Let's move to ZW3D to show you some basic examples. Here is in bottle. We want to make the logo onto this bottle surface. In this case, we could use the wrap to face function to make the logo onto surface. In the command, you can change the rotation angle and the scale and specify the location you want to make the logo on. Moreover, if you want to wrap the decoration on it, you could also use the same function. This is another example. The fourth function I will introduce is silhouette curves. This command is used for creating the outline of the selected shape on the target plane. As shown in the picture of this slide, silhouette curves is used to create the outline of this bottle. Next function which is also commonly used is combined projections. By using this function, we could create one or more new curves by project two curves. However, the projection of two curves must intersect, otherwise the command will fail. Below is the example of this command. Let's move to ZW3D to show you how to use this command. Here are two curves on two different planes. Now, we are going to use the combine projection command to combine these two curves into space curve for further spoon design. We select two curves and define the projection direction for each of the curve. And now, we get the result we expect. As mentioned, please make sure the projections of two curves are intersect, otherwise ZW3D will alarm this command failed. Let's move back to slides. In this page, I will introduce the command extract centerlines. In some situations, the centerline of pipe should be extract for further design. With extract centerline function, you could easily get it. Let's show you an example. Here is an imported STP file. This is a simple pipe model. Now, we are going to extract the centerline of this shape for further design. Select all the pipe surface and click OK. You will get the centerline easily. Now, I will introduce the blend function. With this command, you could create a curve blend between curves, lines, arcs, face edges or point. This command allows a closed non-tangent continuous curve to be blended. Now I'm going to show you an example in ZW3D to help you understand. Here is a horse model, but its tail is unfinished. So we will use the blend function to create a curve blend between these two curves. So first, select the start and end curves. And then define the continuity type. ZW3D provides 4 different types of continuity as you can see from the drop-down list. We have connect, tangent, curvature and flow continuity. In this case, we select flow continuity, which means the curve blend will be tangent at the endpoints of the selected curves and at the curvature of curves. Now, we get the blend curves for further design. Let's move back to slides. In the section, I will introduce spiral helix function. With this function, you could create a curve that spirals about an axis. You can use the two methods through vector, through path to create variable pitch and radius spiral helix. Let's move to ZW3D to create a spiral helix for you. Now, let's create a spiral helix. In ZW3D spiral helix, we provides two types as mentioned in PowerPoint, through vector and through path. Now, I will take through vector as an example to create a constant type of helix. First, we set the axis and the start point. Then select constant regulation type and set the radius. After that, set the length and revolution for this helix. And now we get the constant helix. Besides, if you want to create a variable radius helix, you could change the regulation type. In this case, we select the linear type and set the taper angle. Then, we set the length and revolution for this variable radius helix also. Now, we get the variable radius helix. Let's move on. Now, you can see in this page is the introduction of function planar section. This function can create the section for active part or assembly. Completing this command will create section curves in the active part and the active component in an assembly. It can also be used as a visual aid to dynamically clip away portions of the part to view features that might normally be hidden from view. The last curve function in Wireframe module that I will introduce is curve list. This function can create a curve list from a group of curves or edges connected end to end. This allows multiple curves to be combined into a single selection for use during surface creation commands. Or auto-detect the intersection between picked entity and its adjacent object to only use partial segment between the intersection to form desired curve list, so that users can freely create various shapes out of different curve list from same entities. Now, let's take this wireframe model as example to show you how to create the curve list. Just select all the curves together and create the curve list. Then, it can be used for further freeform design. Apart from the basic drawing tools and curve drawing tools, ZW3D Wireframe also provides curve information inquire tools. In this page, I list three most commonly used tools. They are Curve Info, Control Polygon, and Curvature Plot, respectively. Firstly, is Curve Info Inquiring Tool. With this tool, you could inquire curve information on any line, arc, curve, or edge. For example, as can be seen in the image on the bottom left, you can get the curve information such as length, start and end point, tangent point, and so on in the dialog box. Secondly is Control Polygon function. This function is used to display the control polygon of a curve. This refers to the line segments that connect adjacent control points of a curve. The control points are the set of points that are saved by the system and used mathematically to define the curve. You can apply this command to the active part to another component in an assembly or subassembly from the active part. The last one is Curvature Plot function. With this command, you could display the curvature plot of curves or edges. The plot is displayed as line segments projecting out perpendicular from the curves. The length of each line segment illustrates curvature at that point on the curve. This command helps to visualize overall curvature across a curve or edge. Now, we have finished the tutorial of the wireframe module. Let's do some exercise of drawing the wireframe model. Now, let's take this handle as an example to show you how to use the wireframe function to create it. First, we draw the sketch on the first plane with the top view by following the drawing instruction. And after that, draw the sectional view on another plane. Now, we can create the curve list for further design. Next, we extrude the first curve list and then project the top view on the extruded surface. Set the direction to z-axis. And we get the result that we need. Let's blank the unneeded sketch and erase the unneeded surface. Create another sketch on YZ datum and by following the drawing instruction. Create 4 reference point by using the reference tool in Sketch module, which will be used in the further drawing. Draw 2 arcs with the specified radius. And make it cross the reference points. Draw 2 lines to connect these 2 arcs. And add the tangent constraint between arc and lines. Then, make the length of 2 lines equal. Finally, we could use the freeform function to finish the surface modeling. We create the top curve mesh first. Define the U curves. And then define the V curves. For more details regarding curve mesh function, you can study the freeform tutorial, which will be the next. Now, we use the same method to create the UV curves for the bottom surface. And check So Shapes function. Now, we get the solid by surface modeling. That's all for the wireframe training. Hope you like it, and next, we will have the training for the freeform design. See you soon.